Funding myth number 2. So business school teaches you to have a well thought out 30 to 60 page plan to raise capital. This will rarely be the case. While it is important for you to still write one for your own thought process and to work out all the angles for your soon-to-be startup, no investor reads them. They are for internal purposes only. Investors will not read your business plan the same way you don't buy a book before reading the back cover. So in order to get an investor interested in learning more about your business, you'll need to provide snapshots of your company before you're asked to pitch. So there are 5 items that are absolutely essential to raising capital, and if you do not have these items readily available, you'll never receive an investment. Also, having these items is one thing, but doing them right is another. So let's cover the 5 items you'll need to raise capital. The first item that you'll need is a 1 to 2 minute pitch presentation for on-the-spot meetings. And I want to emphasize this, they need to be simple, simple, simple. So this is an extended version of your story that you created in the last video. You should be able to recite this presentation in your sleep, and it'll be used as your vision to drive the conversation. So this presentation is usually utilized for coffee shop meetings, conferences, social events where you happen to run into an interested investor and they want to hear more after you have carefully introduced yourself. Keep in mind, you don't have to have a pitch deck ready for this presentation, but it can help for visuals that you can pull up on your phone. So this presentation is reduced down to problem, solution, timeline, and the investment opportunity without going into too much detail. The whole goal is to get the investor to say, let's set up a meeting to learn more. So the next item you'll need is a 1 to 2 page executive summary. A lot of founders confuse a 1-page executive summary for a business plan, and then they make the mistake of sending a 30-page business plan that looks like a data dump essentially. And this immediately gets shot down. So this is a quick way to kill a deal, as it looks like you are not properly prepared to raise capital. And we have a lot of videos that break down the structure of this in detail. After that, you'll need a 15 to 30 minute pitch deck, which is a long form and a short form. This is the most important tool to convey your vision to an investor, and it must be sharp and straightforward. A lot of investors will tell you that you need to break this presentation down to a 7th grade level so they can quickly understand the solution that you're trying to provide. And I often say that not having a clean and clear pitch deck is the same as walking into a pitch meeting with mustard on your shirt. It's sloppy, and it shows that you didn't put a lot of effort into convincing us that you'll use our money effectively. The second last item is a 1 to 3 year financial projections. And I know for startups that are pre-revenue, this can be pretty tricky, but you're trying to paint a picture of what kind of return our money will provide. It also shows that you have a clear understanding of your market and your solution's potential. So it's very important to have modest and realistic projections here. An example of unrealistic numbers that we've seen from founders is someone proposing 1,500% year-over-year growth for 5 straight years, which is pretty much impossible. So it's okay to see numbers that don't rapidly increase over time. I'd rather see that than some sort of fairy tale. The last item that you should have is supporting documentation. So this can be an appendix at the end of your pitch deck or somewhere that's not visible to the investor unless they ask for it. This is essentially your BS insurance, so you don't look like a fool when asked what your source of data is for any of the numbers that you've provided. So to wrap things up, your essential kit of high impact materials will arm you with everything that you'll need to take your investors from indifferent to interested. And the materials in this kit, not only do they show the amount of preparation you put into your idea, but they also help answer the questions that the investors find most important. In your preparation, you'll be forced to crystallize your own ideas and confront the hard, sometimes unpleasant facts that need to be included in your thinking. These materials help you build your credibility and will lead you to the investors that have the ability to launch your business idea.